Hello everyone and welcome back to Crafts by the Bow. It's a very autumnal day here in Alberta. Just see if I can show you actually. If I move the camera around, you can see through my window. Look at all those leaves blowing around. Such a pretty view. Let's put it back. Okay. So today I'm going to make one of my Christmas cards, and I've been working out which cards to use for my stamper stack. And I was going to use the Timeless Tidings kit, but that's been so popular and everybody's loved it that it's actually on back order and I won't get it in time for one of my stamper stacks. So I'm going with one of my older sets that's still current. I'm going to use Christmas Pines, and I'm going to use some of the new paper, and this has been on promotion during September. So if you placed if you had a party, you could get a pack for free, and it's not quite like our others. There are only 3 main designs and they have different on the back, but you get 4 sheets of each, which makes it great for making sets of cards and things. You don't have to buy a second pack of DSP to make your cards. So the Dashing Along, it goes with the Dashing Deer set, but it will be in the store to buy for October. So this is what I'm going to use. And first of all, I started off with just a piece of cherry cobbler, and it's cut at 8.5 by 5.5. It's scored at 4.25, and I've already adhered a piece of DSP, and this piece of DSP is just 1/4 of an inch smaller. So it's 5.25 by 4. And this is the garden green colour, and I'm going to do my accents in garden green. I'm going to do all the cardstock in cherry cobbler. So let's just check that this is still videoing. Yeah, so we're okay. It just made a funny noise and I wasn't sure. Okay, so once we've got the basic card piece made, then you need to cut another piece of DSP, something that matches. And now all the sheets do actually match. What I've chosen is this piece, but with the stripes. So it's a contrasting pattern, but it's exactly the same colours. And I've cut a piece of DSP at 2 inches by 3.5, and then I've cut another piece of cherry cobbler to back it with at 2.25 by 3.75. And I'm just going to adhere it to my card. I'm just going to sort of offset it slightly. I'm not putting it in the middle. I'm just putting it off to the right a little bit. And then for my sentiment, I chose this one, the Tidings of Comfort and Joy, but you could use any of the sentiments from any of your Christmas ones. I started off using this one, and let me see, what was that from? I think it's from, it wasn't Timeless Tidings. Let's have a little look. Thinking of you this season. You can probably remember it before I can find it. And I can't find it. Oh, I've only just stamped it. How can I not find it? I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that. Right, so I tried this one and it was nice, and then I realised I'd stamped it in Tranquil Tide and not Garden Green or Cherry Cobbler, and so I didn't like that piece. But what I did, I stamped this in the Cherry Cobbler, and then I used my ovals to cut it out and cut the back in Cherry Cobbler. Now, because I'd done it, it's a big stamp, and because I'd done it in the ovals, I only just fitted it in this oval, but the next oval was too big. So I think next time what I might do, let me just get a piece and show you, is if I stamp it or stamp a different sentiment on a rectangular piece, I think that'd look nice too, just in white and then backed with either one of the same papers or one of the other sides. Okay, so I'm going to adhere that on. Oh, it's bothering me where that sentiment came from. I think it might be Winter Woods, you know. Let me have a look. Yes, it is. It's the Winter Woods. I had Winter Woods out yesterday, so that's where it's from. Oh, problem solved. I can sleep again tonight. Okay, and then what I did was I used the die cuts from here, and I used the smaller of the fir or the spruce leaves. Now, you will notice in here I have some other dies that don't go with this Stampin' Up set, but I do sometimes use them. I think I bought them from one of the craft markets when I was in the UK. They might be the Britannia dies. I just keep them there, but really those two don't belong in the set. They're the ones that belong in the set. And whenever I cut any out, I always save any extra bits. So I just put them in the back, and one day there'll be enough for a card. Okay, so what I did was I just cut 3 of those little tiny fir branches, and I cut them in the garden green, which is the same colour as here. I wanted them to show up, but I didn't want them to be sort of too overpowering or a different green. I'm just going to attach those. I'm going to put a little bit of Fast Fuse across at the top. And did you see that Fast Fuse refills are in the clearance? I'm going to be stocking up, I think. You know how much I love Fast Fuse. Okay, so there we go. And don't worry that there's some of the glue that's not adhered to on here. It won't matter because we're putting something else on there as well. And then I cut out, I'm not quite sure what this is meant to be, this little sprig. I don't know if it's berries or a leaf. I really don't know. But I cut that out, and I was going to put that on here. And I cut a little cherry cobbler ribbon. But, you know, it didn't stand out quite how I wanted it to. So then I looked at all my trinkets, and I have the leaves trinkets from the Rooted in Nature set. And I quite liked that. Thought that looked quite pretty. Like that. And then I found I have a lot of the older trinkets too. This is the Christmas trinkets. I think this is from 2 years ago. And I liked the little bells that were on there. Or there's a little holly leaf. I think I bought these when they were in clearance as well. So, like this. And then I have some of the Year of Cheer ones from last year. I don't know if these are still in the clearance rack, but they were a couple of weeks ago because I bought more. I quite liked this one too. So I would, you know, glue that like that. I might even put twine through there and make the bow out of twine to go on it. And I've got it in the silver and the gold. Oh, that's pretty with the gold, isn't it? So I could choose that. So for this card, for the video, I'm not actually going to glue anything down because I haven't fully decided what I'm going to have. I ought to have something that's current so that people coming to class could buy extra if they wanted to make another one. So I think I'll go with that one for now. Oh, let me just look because there's a single leaf as well. Let's see. I'll just adhere these with a little glue dot like you always do. You know I like to roll them up like a little booger and stick it on the back. No, I don't like the single ones so much. I think I like the wider shapes. Yeah, I think I like that shape best. You could make the bow in like one of the foil papers, like the gold or the silver, just whatever you want. But I think that's an easy little template using the DSP and showing off the DSP more than anything else. You could also put some little diamantes, little rhinestones on. I would probably put them sort of one in the middle here. Well, let's do it. Let's get them out and then you can see where I would put them. So, I think I'll just get the small diamantes. And I'm going to go with a silver trinket, so I'll use the silver ones of these. And I might just use the slightly bigger ones, put one in the middle there, and put one in the middle here. And let's see, I put one on here, just to make our 3. There we go. So that's going to be one of my cards for my stamper stack when people come to my house to stamp. And I think it's quite a quick and easy card. You know how I like to use DSP as my backing for cards, but sometimes I use it so that it's the main focus as well. And I think this Dashing Deer sort of suite works really well for that. So thank you very much for watching me, and I will see you all again soon. Bye bye.